Hey folks, welcome back to Timberborn and the second new series I am starting at the moment. This is going to be a more normal-ish series. We're going to be taking on an interesting map, and we'll get to that in a moment. We're going to be doing Folktails, partly because I've just done the Iron Teeth, and also because I really enjoy the Folktails. They are my preferred faction of the two. And yeah, we're going to be doing a modded map, and we're going to be doing Atlantis. This is a map that was recommended by one of you. I have not pre-played it, so I don't know how this is going to go. I have a problem that if I start playtesting a map, I will overplay it, and I don't want to experience too much of it. So we're going in pretty much blind. I have loaded it up and had a little bit of a look around. So we'll load in and we'll have a little bit of a chat. Because this is essentially a closed map. The lower the difficulty you play on, potentially the harder it is. Because water can't escape the map. Apart from, there is a point water can get out, which we'll chat about in a minute. So I think I'm going to play on normal, because I think this is probably going to be more about building stuff. It's unusual for me to play on normal difficulty. I normally play on hard. We'll turn the tutorial off because we don't need it for this. Yeah, so let's just load in and we'll see how it goes. Yeah. So I'm running the Frosty Whiskers at the same time. For recording purposes, I'm probably just going to alternate the series. That will mean ideally we'll get a few videos for each series throughout the week, somewhere between 1 and 3, depending on how many I get recorded, I guess. And it's just going to be called Atlantis. And we're going to pause straight away. Now, I do have a concern with this map in that a lot of it is hidden, and that might make recording kind of difficult. If we start on the outside, you'll notice that the whole thing is surrounded by water sources. I'm going to open up dev mode. If I can remember the key combination, if that bugs you, so be it. I think, and I've not clicked on all of them, that all of the outside sources are passive. And I think they're just there to stop water going off the edge of the map. In fact, if we just let the game run a tiny bit, you'll see that, yes, I think all of the outside sources are passive. So, but what that does mean is water can't escape, and that's going to be the same for bad tides. So you'll see we have these 1, 2, 3. We've got these 6 points around the edge of the map, and then on the top we've got points as well where water is spawning. These are the ones on the top are not particularly strong sources. The one around the edge are not hugely strong, but apart from evaporation, there's not a lot of places for them to go. And we've then got from this side this kind of semi-sealed structure over the top. And then around the outside there are also some relics. There are, if we cut away, some partial tunnels through the whatever this structure is. And then we have inside our colony, and say this is going to be interesting to try and record / play. Probably going to be doing a lot of playing with things peeled back some amount. So inside we have 5 water sources, and they're not super strong water sources. So there's a half and then 4 strength 0.25 water sources. So what's that? 1.5. And then down here, so all of these are normal, but we have got negative water sources. And they actually add up to more than the output of these. So this is taking out more water than is coming in. So I'm not sure whether we're not going to be able to accumulate water in here until we get down here and start to block this off. We have a lot of trees in here. Not sure if we have any berries growing for a food source. We do have 130 food at the start, which is quite good. We have a bad water seep down here, which is useful. It doesn't look like we have any berries growing, so we are going to need to get some farming going straight away. And we don't really have any clear plots of land, so we're going to need to come in, cut some trees down and get a farm going, get some water going. There is what looks like over here potentially a route through. So that's, yeah, I think there's a route through here. So one, we need to be cautious of if this fills up deep enough that it can flood, but also we can use it to get out and get to stuff. So yeah, that's the map. Long-term goal, I don't know, we'll just see what happens. Have fun playing the beaver game. But in terms of getting set up, we need to start doing the stuffs. Oh, there are blueberries. They're just not grown in yet with fruit, so we're gonna have to wait for that. Do we have any spots we can put water pumps down nearby that are convenient? Almost everything has something on it. So I guess what would make sense is probably to cut our way through and then open up an area for some water pumping. We'll cut through there. Not all of those are cuttable trees, so as we go through, let's put in lumberjacks. I guess what we could do is draw the path that we can draw. Throw in a couple of lumberjack flags to get that going. We are going to want to gather a flag. Yeah. The other thing I think we do is mark anything that's not a tree or mature to be deleted. And in fact, if we do that, we cut down the few trees we need to cut down, and that'll get us where we need to be. So let's start that process up. I'm going to throw in more lumberjacks. We're going to automate this guy because I do run advanced automation. So ready to collect greater than 1. Resume, save, duplicate, invert, save and close. Awesome. Let's run at double speed. So we goal number 1 is get to water. I guess we're starting to see that this stuff lands in kind of an annoying way. So as we watch these, yeah, that's kind of annoying. We'll need to deal with that at some point, but for now, we'll keep things low and cut away so that we can do that. And I guess once we've got a few more logs sorted, I guess we don't want to put a water pump there because it's going to flood, so we do want to be putting our water pump down here. So that was a good thing to learn early on. So let's mark a bunch of trees to be cut and cleared. To make sure, I think what we want to do is make sure those are set to be deleted and prioritize them. And I think we're going to go for early on just maxing out the work hours and get stuff done so we can get to resources. This is something that I learned from the Timberpunk map. I think maybe what we do is, this sometimes annoys people, but deal with it, folks. We do a temporary small warehouse there. Put that in there. That there. And then the same here. Get that there. Get that there. Get those prioritized. Get that set to empty and bot heads. And that should help with that. What we're going to do is come here. We're going to create a rule. If the output is greater than 18, pause, save and close, duplicate, invert, script, 10, save and close. We will copy that, apply that to that. Then we'll come down here and build another one. Apply that to there and to there as well. Eventually, we want to be clearing a whole bunch of space down here so that we can think about putting in farming. And I guess we also want to be working on getting back here at some point. So let's think about running a path along there. I need to think about putting a farm in. If they cut that out, these guys have the efficient farmhouse, so I'm going to delete you as a priority and put a farm here, and we can start to jot in crops. We're going to come here. We're going to do if output is greater than 13, pause, save, duplicate, invert, script, and for now set that to 10. Save and close, and then we're going to copy that, apply that to there. The droughts should be relatively short on here. So that should be okay. We do probably want to put in a couple of water storages. Water, copy, supply, and then we want to start building our farm. And we also want to be thinking about some science. So let's put that there for now. We will normal priority. We will deprioritize you. Awesome. That area is moderately clear, so I'm going to mark you for the growth of carrots. I think we get like a 9-day first cycle, something like that, so it should be pretty good. It'd be really nice if you would come build that. And we need to think about housing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the housing up here. So let's mark that. Let's put in a storage for logs, and we can put that there. We can get to it. Logs, and I'm just going to delete that birch tree just so we can get to it. And let's turn off the 24-hour working now. Now we've got water pumping going. I think we can do that. How's the outside looking? We do need to bear in mind that once we get high enough, we might start having water come in from the outside. I think that was the only one that I was concerned about. And we can deal with that with levees if we need to. Yeah. But yeah, we're not actually saving any water in here because of how strong this is. So we do need to try and get in here and dam some of this off or block some of it off. That would be good. We need to get some food growing as well, so but they are getting that done. That's awesome. That's done now, so we can connect that. And we're then going to need to change the logic on our lumberjacks, because otherwise we're going to have a bajillion lumberjacks. And what we're going to change that to is, if you don't like automation, then I'm sorry, this may not be the series for you. I am someone who really enjoys using the automation mod. Advanced automation, sorry. And we're going to go district stock logs. We'll just do that for now, and we're going to go district capacity logs. We'll set this up properly now, and then we won't have to do it again. So script, and we grab this guy, Control C, less than district capacity logs, Control V times 0.8. Save, and then we get rid of those. We do a duplicate, we do an invert, we do a script, and we do 0.9. Save and close. And probably what I'll do then is deprioritize a few of these. So we've got a couple of lumberjacks that are working properly and a few that are not. We then want to come in here and we want to do ready to collect, greater than or equal to 1, resume, save, and we also want to do, why can't I see ready to plant? Greater than or equal to 1. Resume, save, script. Control C, or Control V, save, discard, duplicate, invert, save and close. And we probably only need a couple of beavers in there. And what we want to be doing is slowly as we can expanding the crops that we have planted. And the rule we've got on the pumps at the moment will basically fill the water tanks and the pumps up anyway, so that should be fine. You are going to make normal priority because we really want those working, and we also want to start building houses. So if I can do that. I know not everyone prioritizes housing when they play Folktails, but I like to because I like to have the population starting to grow. Right. I think that we should be trying to get back here. So I'm going to start deleting stuff so that we can. It's going to be a while before we can deal with this, other than by using levies to control where it goes. So it's just going to have to be what it is, I think. How's the outside looking? We've got a while on that yet. I don't think we should be aiming to grow stuff in here until we've got irrigation and things sorted. Another one there. So actually we are going to change these because they're not working the way I want. Okay. 60 plus that. So if we go for about 80 at the moment, that's not going to work, is it? Let's just do that for now. Save, duplicate, invert, script, 40, save, close. And that's a very crude rule at the moment. We are down to 36 food. We've got a little way to go yet on the growing of food, which is challenging. I'll talk about some of the stuff that you might be seeing when I bring up the growing menu in a bit. It's coming from one of the mods that I have installed. There is some different stuff that you'll be seeing there. So we're in a pretty good place for logs, so I think it might not be a bad idea to throw in a campfire for a little bit of early well-being. We need to think about planks and power soon. I was going to say for a forester, but not really, because we've got quite a lot of trees. So we're starting to see some berries popping up. So hopefully there'll be some in the area that we want soon. But yeah, I think we're probably okay for wood for a bit. You know, I think we can just rely on clearing and establishing some of the stuff that we need to get rid of. And I think we can now come in here and bung in a dam, which will just allow us to retain water at a tolerable height. And it's not having the negative sources there at that strength is not really any different to having the water just flow off the map. So yeah, It's not a problem. It's just a little bit annoying. We've got 5 spare beavers currently. Why are you not pausing? Have you got different rules? Yeah. Okay. I changed one of you. Did I? Okay. Duh. So I guess I changed one of them and then copied the wrong one. That's called being dumb. I do a very dirty 150. Save, duplicate, invert script. 100. Save and close. Copy. And they can still stay paused. I think put in another research dude. But yeah, we do still want planks, I think. So I'm just wondering if we could get enough off of that. So I wonder if... I keep wondering. I know. We're a long way off a wonder yet, sir. If we deleted that, cancelled the deletion of those, I wonder if we make use of the water flow that we've got, put in a lumberjack there, cut down those, put in a power, put in a water wheel there. And because we're on normal mode, we can probably think about using water power for a bit. Because we'll have consistent water power for a reasonable amount of time. Can we plant some more crops? Let's plant a few potatoes. The randomness is going to be triggering us, I know. Me and thee, don't worry. How are we doing on the outside? We've got a bit to go yet. We've got a bit to go yet before it causes us issues. And the drought will come in and water will evaporate for a bit. Now this is where, you know, normal mode is harder than hard mode, because we would have had a drought by now and water would be evaporating. It's one of those kind of things where it gets harder because it's... Why are we at 0 health? Okay, because we're hungry? Yeah, we've got 10 hunger. Okay, let's get 3 farmers in to start harvesting food. Make sure that's a priority. And let's put in a storage. I'm going to put it there for now, so that they've got food with the housing. Hopefully that won't be too much of a problem, because we've got carrots coming in now. Basically, they ate everything. Oh no, they ate all of the stockpiled food, and we never got any berries. There are some all the way over there, but not many. So hopefully there are enough carrots to sustain them We're going to have carrots coming in stages because of how we planted them. Some more potatoes. Let's plant a few more carrots. Yeah, it's all a bit random at the moment. Throw in a few sunflowers as well. We're kind of eating stuff as it crops up, which is not the best, but you know, it is what it is. We've at least got a decent supply of water, which is kind of nice. That's almost built. Are you about to crop up? No. We could throw in that. And you can actually grab some blueberries. So if I grab you, get you to grab some blueberries, and then Buggerskiowski, technical term, and you could grab some blueberries as well. So let's do that. That'll give us a little bit of free food, which would be good. It'd be nice if you'd come and cut down some of these trees that we want you to cut down. Oh, you're going over that way. Well, I don't really want you to do that. So let's move you closer to where we want you cutting trees, huh? And that you're away off. You're away off. So let's delete you, delete you, delete you. I want to clear this island so that we can put an industry on it. Cool. Have a tiny amount of food. It's not good. Plant crops. Let's keep planting more food as space becomes available. Now, got 3 days on our early potatoes. We've got a lot of science now, so that's good. We are going to want a grill. Let's turn the town a little bit. You are going to be paused once you are built. And at the very least, we want to wait until potatoes are grown before you can be unpaused. Yeah, we really need some food to appear. Can I get a path? Wondering if we should be trying to get to some more of these berries, or if these are actually going to appear soon. Some more that are going to come in soon. Okay. What about these carrots? They're a couple of days away. Good job we went for not difficult mode. Right, you can go. You can go because that covers all of that. Yep. Right, planks. There. Awesome. And we'll put in a little storage for that and that. And you're going to be logs set to obtain. You are going to be planks. Can start making those. Useful. And I really, really need more food to appear. Not trees, food. Actually, that's some of those carrots are not far away, which is good. Right, come on. Give me more food. That should get built pretty quick, I think. It'd be really nice to have some of these potatoes coming up. They're a little way off yet. In terms of science things, let's unlock the stairs, although we can't make them yet. And because we've got a reasonable stock of science, we probably want to build a tooth grindstone. I think we're going to unlock and build. I need 100 science. Okay, we're close to that. We've got quite a lot of spare beavers, so I'm going to put in another one of those. And over here, maybe here, let's put a storage for potatoes. We're just about keeping a tiny amount of food. It's not brilliant, but we're keeping a tiny amount of food. You know, starting to get the first of the planks, so we can now do contemplation spot. Yes, please. I think if we can get some science going, we'll try and do. Oh, we're just about. So if we get to there, we've got one more, two more, and we've got a little bit of room still. But we need to worry about that. But we maybe want to think about unlocking levies at some point soon. Okay, we don't have haulers. That's fine. Right, so you... that can hold 13. That can hold 20. So I'm just going to do if district.planks is greater than 18, pause, duplicate, invert script. Let's do 15. Save and close, just so we don't end up needlessly grinding away trying to make planks. Because that would be annoying. I'm trying to think about like bad water defense. At the very least, we need to get up here to stop that. Flooding onto the land, which is just kind of a great big erection. So I guess, I mean, I'm going to annoy folks again because we're just going to use. Yeah, we're just going to use. I mean, we're probably a way off of our first bad tide, but let's plan ahead. We need to, I guess the way to tackle that is to do it thusly. There. No, you. There. Yeah. So if we went there, we might end up having to use some platforms, but these are cheaper, so. Because of like this. Or we could turn it at that point, you know. Do that. And that. This is going to be a lot of planks for early game construction. I have not thought my way through this. at all. Because what we wanted to do was then go there and there, there. That. We are going to need levees then, but you know. And this is going to look a mess for a bit, folks, but it is very much a temporary construction, so do not fear. It'll be okay, you know. It'll be okay. 7 well-being already. We're not even out of cycle 1. Yeah, I mean, we're playing on easy mode, but you know. And look at how much water there is out there. Eek. I mean, what we might want to do... There's a few things we will want to do. We will want to think about many things. Many things. Have some food at least. We have potato. So what I want to do is come over here, select grilled potatoes, and if district stock of potatoes is greater or equal to 1, resume, save, duplicate, invert, save and close. But what we also actually want to do is, if we've got enough grilled potatoes, we probably want to turn it off, but we actually need to create some of those first. So, but I'm thinking that we want to be getting towards explosives. So that needs metal. And metal. I was thinking explosives needs bad water, doesn't it? Yeah, so we need to be getting over this side of the map. Or back here, actually. So let's... how we can work our way across here. Yep, that'll do. That'll do. We probably want more water storage. And I think the thing to do is to throw a couple there. Yep. So my thought is that what we want to do is eventually create a kind of channel along here and then make use of the fact that we can dump water into this. Or just block this up. You know, one or t'other. Hey, there's a drought coming. Which probably means we want to be trying to store some more water, you know. What I think we should do is fix the rules for the water pumps and make sure that the water pumps are prioritized. But yeah, let's come in here, fix these to be based off capacity. So, district stocked water less than, I'm just going to do that for now. Resume, save, and then we want to grab district capacity water, save, and I also want a rule of season equals temperate. Yep. save. So we'll do script. So if the district stock of water is less than that times 0.8 and it's temperate, resume, get rid of those, duplicate, invert, script. I want to go 9.5 if it will let me. Copy that and apply it to that one. Let's turn that off. And also come here and put another one in. Put that there. Prioritize building that so that we can fill them up quicker. Let's deprioritize those for now because our science is not too bad. We are getting some food coming in now, which is nice. Our crops. Put a few more carrots in. Let's put a few more potatoes in. Yes, this is the most chaotic planting I think I've ever done. But, you know, we go with what we can. Let's put in a small storage for blueberries. And probably let's build another house. I want to turn this into like a 3D housing construction eventually. But we'll see how we get on with that. In time. And we are planning to bung in a levee there. Guess we might not be able to reach it. So what we might end up doing is actually we probably can. Yeah, because we go up there. Okay. Once we've not got enough beavers at the moment to produce planks. So let's. I'm going to keep that one. I'm going to get rid of that one. I'm going to get rid of one of those. Yep. I don't know why I always use bot heads for those. I just tend to for some reason. We're getting water stockpiled. We've got 0.9 of a day left. I guess the other thing we want to do on here is no, we'll leave it for now. I'll just manually pause it, I guess. It depends how long this drought's going to be. We're not going to have any power. So I am going to probably stop at the drought, I think. I'm not sure. So now what we can do is also come in here and grab grilled potatoes. Save. Let's do that one. Script. Control C. Or greater than, let's go 50. Save. Discard. Close. Get rid of view. Duplicate. Invert. script, and let's go 20. Yeah, let's do that. So we are starting to stockpile some food, not a lot. Let's look to plant some more potatoes. And we're going to come here. We're going to edit you. And we're going to district stock berries greater than, let's go 50. Save. Script. Control C. Or Control V. Save. Script. And Control V. Let's do less than 20. Save. Save and close. God. Bosh. Save and close. Cool. Have we got any more of those knocking about? Yeah. Let's do another one, I guess. Let's have another one. I do. So let's copy and apply to that. So that's going to start to save us some resources. As the drought kicks in, so we are going to want to season equals drought, say script Control C or Control V, save script, and Control V, and is it that? Save, nope. That one. Save, yep. Discard, delete, save. So that'll pause that until we get power back. It's only a 3-day drought, so we should be good, although some of our crops are going to die. So let's plant some more down this way. Awesome. We didn't quite get this finished because we need more planks. But the nice thing is we're now going to start generating more science. Throw you in to help with that. And long term, I think ideally we'll look to fill this with water to irrigate a bunch of stuff. So that'll give us a nice big irrigated area for planting if we've got all of this cleared. The downside is not a lot is going to evaporate in 3 days. Potentially, we want to be looking to also get up here. And I guess block that off. Assuming we don't want to be going through it. Let's do something like that. We've got 6 spare beavers, so we could do that for now until we get into gears and just have if season equals drought, resume, duplicate, invert, save and close. That, because we've got plenty of logs, so you know we might as well try and then I guess we could come in here and no script, rid of that requirement, duplicate, invert, script, and we had that at 18, didn't we? And that'll let us keep making planks. We kind of need more planks, you know? Food is sort of holding up, which is good. It'd be nice if we can get more of these trees cleared out and make space for stuff. And I think we'll also start marking trees over here because this guy can reach some of those. So that'll be good. That generates enough power to run this. So we can keep working on the things we need to work on that need planks. And that, folks, is going to be it for today. Yeah, I think this is going to be a weird one. Because outside, I think we're going to have an insane amount of water. And inside, we maybe won't. And obviously, once the bad tides start coming, the outside is going to be a weird brackish mix. Inside, I'm not sure how we're going to cope with bad tides, apart from the fact that they won't be too long. And we can hopefully create an irrigated spot here to keep things alive. And then build out of that. We've got another spot over here, which naturally we can use. So if we can seal ourselves off from the outside and then recover and go forwards. One of the things that I like about the Folktails is we have the big water pump. And one of my thoughts is because the outside water sources are not that strong, if we end up with a large colony with quite a lot of big water pumps and a lot of water storage, we might be able to overwhelm those water sources and pump most of it back away. But we'll see how we get on long term. Secretly, it's one of my thoughts, not so secret now, is that we can overwhelm the outside. Now we need to get to the outside and start working on that strategy before it gets that deep. So we'll see how we get on. It's going to need a big colony to achieve that. But if we can achieve that, I think it'll be really cool. Anyway, let me know what you think. Hope you enjoyed the start of this series. Let me know down below. Thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. And the next Timberborn video will be the Frosty Whiskers. And then we'll be back with this. So I will see you all next time.